Hill Cemetery, 3822 Ridge Avenue. Victorian style cemetery. I don't even know what the hell I just said, but it's a cemetery. They still bury people. It's from 1836 is when it opened. You go inside here. Uh-oh, what's this? This is a statue. It's called Old Mortality and Its Pony. And this guy wrote a book. That's a character in the book. That's the guy who made the statues. That's a pony. Laurel Hill Cemetery is one of those cemeteries that kind of laughs at death. Not many cemeteries would have this. It's going to be like a walking scooter tour. Laurel Hill is the best cemetery in the city to tour. It has its own app. So there's like 3 or 4 different tours you can do. If you want to just see the famous people from pop culture, you can do that. If you want to just study the architecture and the, because like each of these columns mean something. Like, the torch represents life. If you see a lamb, that represents a baby. If you see the anchor, see this guy? All right? He was a captain just like me, but I was a captain of the crossing guards. I wasn't a naval captain. But you can see it's a very big cemetery too. It could take you could do the, I think each tour they have on the app is like an hour and a half. You could probably do it the tour, like both tour, like 3-4 hours you could spend in here. It's up to you. I've done it. It's also where I'm going to have some of my ashes sprinkled when I die. I don't know about all of them, but some of them. Okay. This is going to be a sign on how today's tour is going to go. It's not going to go good. Keep looking. Keep looking. You'll find it. We're looking for the grave. Uh-oh! It's going to be good. Who's this? Is the grave of Martha Drennan. She lived right across the street, right in one of those houses, or a house very close to here. One day in March, she went for a walk, and she went to hop on a train at the Laurel Hill train station. She lived right across the street. She used to walk around this cemetery all the time. She went for that walk to hop on that train or whatever. She never came home. They found her body headless and floating in the Delaware River. Somehow that was a suicide. I don't know how that's okay. This here is Sarah Hale. This woman, very, you know her. Well, at least you know her work. The holiday Thanksgiving. Her idea. I think she wrote a letter to Abe Lincoln. She wrote a letter to a president saying that we should make Thanksgiving a national holiday. Thanksgiving, national holiday, all because of Sarah Hale. You think that's big time? Listen to this. She wrote, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Uh-oh, world-renowned Sarah Hale. There she is. Very exciting. I think she lived either in Washington Square. I'm thinking Walnut Street. Could be wrong. It's all right. So yeah, it's a very nice cemetery, peaceful, quiet. And when, those graves that I was at, the reason I knew to stop there is because I have the app and they have markers. And they say, yeah, this is a important grave. Not that every grave isn't important, but some have better stories. Look at these headstones, though. Right? This guy, Robert Ralston Stewart. This is Robert Ralston Stewart. He was the consulate. Is that a thing? I hope I said that right. I have a cold and allergy, so I don't even know if I'm talking right. Not that I talk right when I'm not full of allergies. Anyway, he was the consulate to Trinidad, and when he was in Trinidad, he bought a guy named Juan to be his personal assistant. Slave, some would say. Some would say slave. I don't know. Very controversial. Anyway, Juan wanted to go back to Trinidad to see his family, or maybe they were squabbling about Juan spending too much money on clothes. So Juan beat Robert in the head with an axe, and that happened in 1823 or 18, whatever. He lived 23. He survived the axe attack, and he lived for 23 years with axe head, I guess. Very exciting. General Hugh Mercer's buried there. There's a railroad that goes through, I guess. I think this is a filming location. If you ever saw the movie Law Abiding Citizen, I think that's a, oh, I forget his name. Anyway, it's one of his movies. And there it is, the filming location. I don't think there's really anybody I know that's buried over here. So Laurel Hill, like I was saying earlier, Laurel Hill is a cemetery that kind of laughs at death. They have 5Ks in here. You can walk your dogs in here. You can ride your bike or scooter in here. You know, they also have movie nights. They have check out this head. This is pretty nice, right? That is William Grissom. So it's on the banks of the Schuylkill River. That's Kelly Drive down there. See, that's a headstone from 2018. So they kind of mixed the gravestones of today with the gravestones of yesterday. I like this section back here. And they do have like a membership or like a club where you can join an annual membership. You get discounts to the events that they have going on. Plus, it helps out it restores some of the old headstones that are falling apart. Oh, there he is, Harry Callis. How you doing, Harry? We'll see you in a few minutes, bud. We're going to go see world-renowned explorer Elijah Kane. I think that's his name, Elijah Kane. Let's get to his grave. All right, you can stay here, Scooter John. If you see some of these headstones, some of these what are they called, mausoleums. There was a problem in the 2000s. People were stealing the bronze gates off the memorials. So this is Elijah Kane. That's his grave down there. Really away. Look, and he has a historical marker on his grave. It's pretty interesting. He was born in Philadelphia. He was a prominent explorer of the Arctic in the 1850s. His writings after expeditions influenced scientific and popular opinion on the polar regions. He was the first to chart the course that became the route that Robert Peary used to claim the North Pole in 1909. When he died, he was so revered, his body was sent on a 2-week cortege across the country before being interred here in its final resting spot. There he is, Elijah Kane. I don't know how many historical markers are next to a person's grave, but that's pretty. I don't know. Where do you put his grave? I don't know. Where did he live? I don't know. I think this is the Bach family. Yeah, Bach. I know Gratz, the guy from Gratz High School. Bach is a high school in Philadelphia. I'm not sure if that's the family. It would make sense. There's a lot of people with schools named after them, streets named after them. It's very exciting. Millionaires, baseball announcers. That guy's last name is Voorhees. This is where, if you get cremated and you want to get your bodies, your ashes sprinkled here, this is where you go. This is where I'm gonna. That's nice. Right down there is where they dump the ashes. Not a bad view, right? Not that you can see when you're dead, but I took a tour of this cemetery 2 years ago with John McDonald. He's got his name carved on the headstone, and he gives tours here. That guy, I wish I could accept death as good as Sean does. All right, here's Wallace Kidd. He was a Freemason and a linesman. There he is. He's out of here. Harry Callis, broadcast announcer of the Philadelphia Phillies. Underneath all these rocks and shot glasses and booze and wiffle balls, there's a poem written by Bart Giamatti. These are seats from Veterans Stadium. And you can come here, sit down with Harry and talk about the Phillies. Yeah, they lost a bad one yesterday, Harry. It's all right. I think they're like a half a game out. They're doing okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Isn't that nice? I got to visit with Harry Callis. That's a nice little. I wonder if that is these two. Who knows? That's nice though. There's another headstone right here. Now this cemetery was in pretty bad shape in the 80s from what I hear, or the 70s. Started falling apart. People weren't taking care of it. It's a really big property. This guy here, John Francis Marion, he was a big time preserver of the cemetery. Pretty cool headstone curtain call, right? And now we're going to pause for just one second. There's Harry Callis. Go up here. They have statue here. Go up these steps. Whew. Pretty nice, right? American hero, here he is. Where you at? There he is. General George Meade. Died in 1872. There's William Meade, the son of General George Meade. All right, General Meade, I'm out of here. Hey, I've never been to Gettysburg, if you don't know. General Meade was the general at Gettysburg. And he was the only, I think he was the only general that beat General Lee. Uh-oh. You can't see me. We beat you. And then Ulysses S. Grant. He was mad at General Lee because when not General Lee. Well, yeah, I'm sure he was mad at him too. He was mad at General Meade because when Lee retreated, they did not follow, and he got to get away to Virginia. So anyway, just if you're wondering, we've only done like maybe 20% of the cemetery, maybe 30%. And then they have a lot of steps. So I don't know. There you go. There you go. Got a fountain right here. Oh, I don't want to step on the cremated remains. That's not nice. There's people that do yoga. They have yoga classes in here. People, the Dead Milkmen, they have concerts here once in a while. Right, just climbed up a steep hill. Oh, look at this. Isn't that a beautiful shot? Coming up to Millionaires Row. Henry Diston, Baldwin Locomotive guy. There's some really cool headstones right here. Grave of Robert Patterson. It's a pretty cool headstone. And you know what? If you want to know more about Robert Patterson, download the app. Download the Laurel Hill app. You don't have to be at the cemetery to use it. That's a good way to get people to check out this place. Huh? It's a nice grave. See my guy walking his dog. There he is, Henry Diston. Diston Sawmill in Tarsdale Avenue. Tarsdale, Tacony. How big this thing is. Honestly, this is bigger. This is probably bigger than my house because I live in a row home. Oh no, it's not longer, but definitely same height. There's his grave. Where's his Diston? Where's Henry? Yeah, what's funny, this mausoleum. Oh yeah, it is full. Okay, never mind. Oh no, they got some empty space. I wonder if they can throw me in there. Why not? And this is Mathis Baldwin. He founded Baldwin Locomotive. The Franklin Institute was his doing. I don't know if you're going to be able to see. There's a globe on top of his headstone, and there's train tracks going all around because the locomotive at the Franklin Institute, the Baldwin Locomotive, is on display because of him. That train actually is too big for train tracks. So, they had to throw it in a museum. Millionaires Row. Let's keep going. Crossover. Right here. Charles Brown. Oh, Charlie Brown. Charles Brown. Let's see. Uh-oh, what is this? Oh, let's get it. Let's get it. Oh my God, that was awesome. If you go on the website of the cemetery, they have foxes that show up here. This is the receiving vaults. Oh yes, here we are. Full throttle scooter riding. What do you know about that? Who's this? William James Mullen. Oh, there's a whole lot going on here. Let's hit pause first. So this is William James Mullen. He was a big-time philanthropist. Ooh, I can't say that. He was a very charitable person, and he was a dentist. And this really isn't his headstone. This was a monument he built for himself for the First World's Fair. That's an angel blowing a trumpet for him to go to heaven. This is very sad. She's very sad he died. He worked on prison reform. He got a lot of people out of jail who didn't belong in jail. That's why this is like this, the locks. And if you go to the back, it tells you the prisoner's friend, and he 50,000 prisoners he helped. Isn't that nice? Pretty nice headstone. Okay. Are we recording? We are. Back at it. Over 33,000 people are buried here. That's more people than you can fit than the Wells Fargo Center, aka the Spectrum 2. I think that's really... There is another grave somewhere on this side. I don't really go on this side that often. There's like 2 or 3 parts to the cemetery. It's huge. And there is a guy who the book Jaws is based on. Like they're around 100. They can't prove it, but the story of this guy's death, they say, is the inspiration to the Jaws story. Also, I think there was a Titanic survivor. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a Titanic survivor in here. Gift shop. Widener University, they're buried in here. Of course, it's a cemetery in Philadelphia, so that means there is a mass burial ground. That's a headstone, right? Harry Berwind. Harry Berwind. Okay. Hey, look at this one. This is another. There's a few fun headstones over here. This is pretty nice. Doesn't even have a name. Can't even see who it is. The remains of 17 parishioners of St. Joseph's Roman Catholic Church died in 1824 in Bishop's Ground, 8th of Passyunk Ave. Reinterred 2006. I guess they were in an old cemetery. There's another cemetery. I think it's called Mount Moriah, an abandoned cemetery. Should go there one day. Uh-oh, there's another groundhog. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. They go right next to the dead bodies. They don't even know where they're at. Here we go. Soldiers Home. The Chamonix Reenactment Committee. These are all Civil War. What is going on here? Oh, you can go down. Look at that. Uh-oh. Oh, I think this may be the guy who survived the Titanic, too. Probably not. I could be wrong. That's pretty cool. There's Lippincott, and you wonder, were they the guys who did Lippincott Street? I don't know. Going up this way. Oh, probably the most famous people that are buried here. Say hi to my fellow Kenzos. Paulie and Adrian from the Rocky movies. Let's say hi to them real quick. Hey guys, how you doing? You guys don't know, Paulie was a guy lived right near the L. And he was a big drunk. You can see there's the little bottle gentleman Jack. There he is, Paulie Panino. And there, of course, is the grave of Adrian Balboa. She was the wife of Rocky Balboa, heavyweight champion. He still owns that restaurant down in South Philly. Or I don't know if he's still running that. He was a training Apollo Creed's son for a bit. And then I heard he retired. But who knows, knowing Rocky Balboa, he's not done yet. As long as that guy's writing those movies. I mean, ooh, what movies? Martha Colston. Uh-oh, there she is. Martha Colston. She's the first person buried here. Right? She was, is this her? Oh no. Oh no, her headstone's going, oh. Well, maybe I missed it. She was a Quaker. And she, Quakers usually don't have headstones, so she had a very modest, small headstone. And, yeah. Wow, look at this headstone. Uh-oh. Now we're going headstone looking. Oh, this is, I mean. Stay there. Look at this. Really, I mean, seriously, you can't ask for better clouds. Wow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, it's Pepper. And Henry Pepper. Her headstone's caved in. Wow, that's pretty awesome. See these, this fence. See how this family has a fence? And this family doesn't have a fence. This family probably donated their family plot fence to the American government to make weapons for World War II. So you go to a lot of cemeteries, people don't have the fence. Although there are a lot of graves that family plots that still do. There's one right there, one behind me. I don't get much of it. So I think that's it. That's a big portion of the cemetery here at Laurel Hill. I think we saw pretty much all of it, or at least 80% of it. Very exciting, right? Nice little plot right here. There's a few interesting ones. If you're a photographer, a lot of people go around here taking pictures. That's pretty cool. It's really pretty right here. Look at this. Uh-oh. A family vault. Gilbert family vault. Okay. Good for you. Oh, another thing about the cemetery, I don't think it's like a non-denominational. Yeah, we did this. Okay. We did all this. Fantastic. We saw Rocky's wife. We saw Paulie. Oh, that guy, Charles Brown, he was a Gothic writer. I did a little research. Well, I watched the app. Gothic writer, influencer of Edgar Allan Poe. And, you know, I'm sure you know exactly who I'm talking about because I was at his grave 20 minutes ago. Another cool one with the anchor. Alright, well that's it. That's my scoot around Laurel Hill Cemetery. It's one of my favorite places in the city. And I don't like death. So that's how cool this place is, that it makes me comfortable being around death, and my ashes are going to be here. So that one guy with the real big statue, the guy who got all the prisoners free, he would stand at his grave. Before he was buried there, he would sit there at the grave and he would tell people about his grave and what the meaning behind his statue was. They said he was kind of technically the first tour guide of the cemetery. And they do give tours. They have a gift shop over here. They do have a museum. It's not open right now. But in there they have a little tribute to Harry Callis. Can't really see. And they also have stuff about the olden cemetery. But there's like a big cabinet full of Harry Callis's shoes and his suit and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's it. That's my little day here at Laurel Hill Cemetery. Hey, if you like this video, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. And while you're at it, hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my merch. My merch is fire. And if you want to help me out, there's a link below in every video to my Patreon. Well, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll Sail with you later. Toodles!